And welcome to the Raw Review. We are the Dudley Boys of What Culture. I'm Adam Wilborn, joined by Michael Hamfler and Michael Sidgwick, here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of Raw. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review Raw, but also SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on Wrestle Culture. As I said, they're joined by Hamfler and Sidgwick to review Raw and all the fallout from WrestlePalooza.
I didn't have a good time with WrestlePalooza at the weekend, but pleasingly, with the exception of one storyline,
I think I can guess which one.
which I sort of like.
You like it in spite of yourself.
I did kind of enjoy it on this week's Raw. Like, with the exception of one storyline, this having so little to do with WrestlePalooza was a breath of fresh air. Like, I am already quite liking.
We're so back.
We fantasy booked a lot. We fantasy booked a lot of it before WrestlePalooza, but the obvious stuff that's shaping up for Crown Jewel is pretty good. Like, I did, like, because WrestlePalooza left such a bad taste. I was just glad to not have to deal with much of it on this Raw, and it moved on so quickly
because they've got 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah,
quick Crown Jewel.
Yeah, like a far more satisfying experience than Saturday.
I was unmoved by a lot of this, and I'm quite hungover as well.
Double bubble.
That's my birthday celebrations yesterday. What a legend. Cocktail, pint, half a bottle of rosé, 3 more cocktails.
Oh,
I was wankered. So I'm a little bit rough, but then this is usually my disposition on a Tuesday.
Nobody would have known.
On a Tuesday, I don't think anyone would have been able to tell. I will say this, right? If you're into it's weird, this should be an oxymoron, but it isn't. If you're into your layered fed, where the characters aren't necessarily full-blown heels, they have drifted onto one side of the spectrum, but the continuity allows them to remember how they got there and if this is what they truly want, etc., etc. There was some, how do I put it, some good character work if you Hamflet.
Yeah, no, this was a proper.
No.
Remember the boom?
Yeah,
this was like using a lot of boom stuff to get one last bit of juice out the fruit raw.
There was some good character work if you Hamflet, and by extension, fans of the sort of Bloodline era WWE, and even if there was no Bloodline stuff going on, because there ain't, then that sort of thing that appeals to the cinema goers. This was actually evident on Raw last night. It's not really my kind of thing, but I'm here to articulate why the show is good and bad for the audience, and this felt like something the fans could get into. Otherwise, in terms of my subjective emotional response to the show, I mean, more than once I left my ass off. Not for the right reasons, mind you, but there was some pretty funny stuff.
The Tuckerino story continues to gobble along nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My God. This is I have reached the Sidgwick point where because I've accepted the dream era is over, but it's we're in the proper it's still good where it is actually still good. Some bits are still good.
Yeah.
But I've thusly welcomed back in some bollocks as well.
I quite like it, I've realised, yeah.
It's a bit of you in it.
I would have been stubborn to it a year ago.
Just laughing at it and just being it's rubbish that, isn't it?
It's 2024, I would have still been no, this is worth preserving. That's gone now. I'd still like some good, but I am welcoming in this absolute bollocks story.
We're in the stuff where if we're all still doing this in 5 years' time. Remember in 2025, and she was like, a hugger 1 minute, and then she's like, I'm going crazy. My head.
There was there was more on top of this that I laughed at. Retention, stick around.
And there was a callback to one of our favourite matches ever. A sort of homage. Not quite there. There's no boat. But a nice sort of reminder of...
God, they could do with a boat, couldn't they?
Yeah. But there was hats, which I...
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you make of the... we sort of mentioned this as a part of the ESPN, WWE Sports Entertainment thing that they had at WrestlePalooza. What do you make of the new signature video?
Oh, the debut at WrestlePalooza. I like it. Yeah, I like it whenever they do this sort of stuff. It's the Fed. Me and Sid were talking this morning about the specific wording of when they've called themselves the recognized leader in sports entertainment, the global industry. it turns out they've just used all of them.
Yeah, at
They've
one
just
point or
used all of
another.
them. Their little idents and their little intros, and it's proper to me.
Yeah.
It's how it should be done. Like and like this is the thing. It'd be like I could campaign for AEW to have one of those.
It's not Tony.
No, and then a load of people would be like, "This is not the dub. This is not the." But I'd like it more. Like 6 clips of old wrestlers with a logo every now and then interspersed between it that enriches the legacy of the brand. Yes, please.
These are the small details that are important. I would campaign for AEW to do this kind of thing.
Loads of dubbers would be wild against it, wouldn't they?
I don't care
against
about
the
them.
purity.
They should be. I'm totally like you can train. If you can train a dog, if you can train a dog, you can train a dubber. You can train your audience.
Yeah.
They like wrestling. Companies do a terrible job of training their audience in terms of bad habits, in terms of don't expect to finish. I don't know, don't expect anything.
An advertisement event.
This sort of thing, you know. Don't expect any true earnest emotion or heels to do despicable things, so sing along with your theme tunes. If you can, like, almost without thinking about it consciously, condition your audience to behave like dogs. You can, I'm just going to say it again. If you can train a dog, you can train a dubber. Video packages, a bit more pomp and circumstance, a bit more, I'm sorry, I know Alvarez gets it, like, bad for this sort of thing. Some video packages, some recaps, you know, just...
They quite a lot of that all out, didn't they? Video packages before the matches.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I did appreciate that, but you need to apply that to TV. Anyway, this is a different company. The other we're talking about the second company.
There's a real ball nowhere hypocrisy because they, like, just historically don't really like Fed production full stop. But a lot of them champion, let's say, like Mean Gene, Gorilla Monsoon era, what the world is watching. WWF logo fires up on screen, that kind of thing. That's the bones of what still exists today.
Yeah.
Like, that comes out of the same, like, mindset of make this massive. And before even anybody's appeared on screen.
Yeah, make it massive.
And all wrestling fans salivate at the sound of a ring bell. So there's that, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
We get a recap of WrestlePalooza and people being on the
Sucked
ESPN.
ass, by the way.
Yeah. And out comes Cody Rhodes to save the show.
Yeah.
He kicks off Raw, walks down to the ring, big entrance, obviously, and says, Evansville, Indiana. What did you guys want to talk about? As he always does, obviously.
Catchphrase that sold out 1 million houses.
And obviously shows off his Crown Jewel Championship ring.
That he always wears and cares about.
Yeah.
12 months of it now.
Did he have a ring or was it a belt?
Yeah, they got a ring,
Okay.
but
I've
most people just remember the belts because they were hideous. They were totally obnoxious.
Yes.
We were talking about the two-wake piss trophy on the news this morning. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Take still got it, I think. Still, that's
Oh, Take keeps it in
I mean,
the
I saw the Goldberg match. No, he doesn't.
He's inducting Stephanie McMahon. That's a hell of a Hall of Fame ring you got there. I got a ring and a trophy. How many piss trophies do you win?
He's going to get in twice anyway when they start running out again.
Brothers of Destruction.
Brothers in Destruction
Yeah.
in the Hall of Fame.
Probably the best tag team since the Dudleys. Ain't that right, Bully? I like the Dead Man. George, I busted open later on for more Dead Man talking.
who competed for the 2-8 trophy.
Undertaker.
Hang on. There is 6 names on this, by the way.
AJ Styles. Mustafa Ali.
No, dear, that's wrong.
2020.
I forgot the booking of this. I would have got a few
Yeah,
more.
because what happens is like Gallows and Anderson are laid out backstage and you just see the Undertaker's feet. I've checked their ass already.
Or Briggs's, could be. Either
Good
or.
point.
I'm trying to think of people who were
Kofi Kingston?
going nowhere.
No, dear,
went
that's
tag.
wrong.
Rusev.
Kofi and Big E were fighting for the tag, losing the tag titles to Miz and Morris. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho. It's Miz and Morrison.
Rusev.
Remember that? He's just
No, dear, that's wrong.
Red Rooster written across the screen.
Cesaro.
No, dear, that's
Andrade.
wrong.
Cedric. Aleister Black.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Cedric Alexander.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Buddy Murphy.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Corbin.
He was working Roman Reigns.
No, dear, that's
Tail end
wrong.
of the old dog food ski.
Steel cage match.
Yep.
Who was doing nothing?
Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet.
Wayne had me.
Here's
why.
95 seconds later.
No, dear,
Great
that's
guess, though,
wrong.
Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn.
No, dear, that's
Not
wrong.
Brian.
No.
Drew Gulak.
No, dear, that's wrong. No, dear, that's
Oh,
wrong.
this is the two-wake mountain trophy. guys.
Elias.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Like, you've got...
Trying to think of the WrestleMania 36 card.
Yeah. One of the Usos.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Who was around?
Austin Theory.
Nah, too early.
Now he
No,
tagged
dear,
with
that's
Andrade
wrong.
at WrestleMania, if you recall.
Oh, of course,
With the Zelina Vega's epic stable.
Yeah, that's right.
This was 32 minutes and 27 seconds. Come on, guys.
Jesus Christ.
The Seth there.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Dolph Ziggler.
Great guess. Very appropriate. He was working Mansoor.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Not Kevin Owens.
No, dear, that's
That's
wrong.
Seth at Mania that year.
Rowan?
Work.
Nice work.
You've not got the opening match,
That was
basically.
in and around the spider.
Spider.
So we've got two more names.
Two more names.
So,
What, do you want a clue?
yeah.
No.
I do.
Whisper it to you and you get both of them.
Yeah.
Siege likes winning. I don't feel good about this.
Right, well, so we've got a big load of wrestlers in the Rumble.
Balor? Oh, is he at the point where he didn't want to go?
No, dear, that's wrong.
Joe.
No, dear,
This
that's
isn't
wrong.
Ray.
Rumble was replaced back because of the Gallows and Anderson thing. Still got two more to get, sorry.
Yeah, great.
So, yeah, this is one of the last things that happened before the Pando shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when was this? February 2020.
It's not Ricochet 'cause he was working. He was working Brock, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Ricochet Brock.
February 2020. Was anything else going on around this time?
Yeah. Time of my life. That was what was going on. So it was jumping. Who was jumping? Trying to think of dissatisfied jumpers.
The warehouse roster, there was
2021.
really loads of them, weren't there?
Oh.
EC3.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Lars Sullivan.
No, dear, that's
The
wrong.
person in
Otis.
No, dear, that's wrong.
one of the two people in this opening match started to run the gauntlet, basically.
R-Truth.
Started off by beating, of course.
Picture it now.
You know, you think, well, that bloke's never going to stand a chance against R-Truth. It's you're real close.
It's a
No,
giant,
dear,
isn't it?
that's wrong.
Do you want another clue? He's over there now.
Big Show.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Picture him against a
Bless you, he's allergic to bad booking.
monster, but I can't think who it is. He's over there.
He's over there and he's a big fella.
Yep, he worked all out.
Ah, Big Bill. Big Case.
No, dear, that's wrong.
He likes showing his arse when he's in the Fed only.
Lashley. Lashley.
Obviously, you know, R-Truth beat Bobby Lashley, Andrade, and Eric Rowan.
Yep.
Then AJ Styles
AJ
beat him,
Styles came
and then
in.
lost the Undertaker.
What a terrible time.
Yeah, the worst.
It was enough for me. I liked it.
Anyway, he's got the not the 2-8 trophy. He's got the crown jewel ring.
Yep.
But he wants 9 others. Okay. But
You can
it's
finally go to NXT and stare at his hands.
Yeah.
it's the undisputed WWE champion against the world heavyweight champion. Bing bong, squeeze me. Here it comes. How come Seth Rollins the division, obviously?
Yeah, they're both kind of gross together, the way you perform them.
Yep.
No Becky Lynch for this part, but he tells the two Bronnies and Paul Heyman, wait in the aisle as he gets in there with Cody. And he talks about having crown jewels circled on the calendar after they both left SummerSlam as champions. But here we are, champion versus champion, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, two of the best in the world in their prime, one-on-one, may the best man win. Should be that simple, but it's not, is it? Because it's you and me. It's deeper and bigger than that. I'm pretty good at reading people, Cody. And I know what all these people here tonight think about me. I know what the locker room thinks, internet thinks, people on Netflix. I don't give a damn. These people don't know what's good for them. They don't have the right to make decisions, but fortunately it's not about them. It's not about Punk, sorry, because they were chatting for CM Punk, because he doesn't have a championship. What I need to know from you, though, Cody, I want the truth. What do you think of me?
Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. But weird this. I got it.
Yeah. Cody says, you want the truth? You can't handle it. No, he says, it's complicated. Shouldn't be complicated, you know. You've made some questionable choices. One of them standing right there. Hello, Mr. Heyman. But what do I think of you? You changed my life. Talks about coming back at WrestleMania and Seth having the courage to face an opponent he didn't know. Thought it was Shane, probably. Changing my life at Hell in a Cell because without that injury, I wouldn't have been able to know what I was capable of doing. And, of course, being my shield at WrestleMania 40. You helped validate the Rhodes name and finally get this title in my family. It shouldn't be complicated. I had your lovely wife on the podcast the other day. And I know it's meant to be, you know, Wrestling 101 to me to run you down ahead of Crown Jewel. But I suppose the better question is, Seth, what do you think about you? On any given night, Seth Rollins is not just one of the best. He could be the absolute best. But you're hiding behind these three goons. Heyman's not happy about being called a goon in all this. I'm not going to sling mud, though.
I know you've seen Heyman hustle.
Been gooning since 07.
That's the name of the thing.
Hustle booty temp tats. Gross pig.
He is a gross pig, like he's disgusting.
You've got a title, I've got a title, ring on the line sort of thing. Seth's like, before we talk about that ring, let's talk about this watch that you gave me at WrestleMania 40 for helping you, obviously. I haven't worn it a single time until tonight. Is this real, Cody? Was this a real gift or was it a token gesture? You're fantastic, saying all the right things about me, heaping praise on me when it suits you, and then in your next breath you undermine every single thing I stand for. You stand in this ring, you go on interviews, and you say that you're the right person to lead this industry into the future. You're the QB. Nobody's better suited for that job. If you really believe that in your core, Cody, what does that say about me?
You're a B+ player, Seth. I thought it was quite obvious.
You know, Cody, Goldust, my big brother. Well, you're my little bro.
Yeah.
Have you watched?
Yeah.
Either you don't think I'm good enough or you don't think I'm as good as you. And those aren't goons. The vision isn't just a group of people. It's an idea about what the future of this industry looks like. And it runs through me. I'm the tip of the spear, not you. You can be the quarterback, but you'll be my quarterback. And if you don't agree with that, it doesn't matter. Because in 3 weeks, the truth will come out at Crown Jewel by any means necessary. You will find out I am the creator. I am the prime mover, Cody. This is not a two-man show. I am the alpha. Cody's like, you're the alpha? A lot of questions going back and forth. I've just got 2 questions for you. Does it smell like Updog in here? No.
Dickhead.
In the 3 matches we've had, they've all been one-on-one. At Crown Jewel, will that be the case? And more importantly, in the 3 matches we've had, how many of those have you won? He shoves the mic into Seth and walks off, and Seth slowly tells the 2 bronies, let him past.
I mean, Sidge pinned my ass to the wall in the intro to this. And he was bang right. Like, I absolutely loved this. I loved it so much. And I knew I would going in. We didn't preview Raw yesterday, but we talked in the WrestlePalooza review about, well, now we're headed to the champion versus champion match, and look where we've landed. This is the sort of thing that when Seth had the briefcase, I'm not saying we, but I would idly fantasy book, because there's a champion versus champion match, and it's like, it's not a match that I particularly would ever relish for Survivor Series season, but it's something that you can absolutely make use of in a competently booked WWE, because all you need is like them to have had a bit of a history and it's like perfect, because it's simultaneously high stakes and no stakes. They did Cody Gunther last year. They had an opportunity where Cody could beat Gunther and nothing was lost.
Yeah.
But for another day, when they're selling a monster match between the two, Cody's now got this win, and it's like, how is he going to use that? And now we're kind of getting a bit of a reverse of that, where the stakes exist because of Cody's prior record against Seth. It's like it's used well or used by a company that remains competent. This match every year could be really quite fun. Like, you get a bit of a random one in the women's one this year because Stephanie Vaquer has just won the belt. But here, as soon as those were the champions, I was sort of rooting for this to happen, and we've got it. Like, they are leaning on the law of a boom. It's really cool. It's like when the comparison is not quite the same. I'm not putting these in the same level, but you know, me and Sigil talk sometimes about like Steve Austin in '98 he wins the belt and he's got nobody. And the kind of genius that whole run is that like they got through that first year and he had nobody to work. You know, like, oh, we've crowned our champion. He couldn't go back to Brett. Like, this is this era's version of them going back to Brett and Austin. Like, Seth and Cody it's massive and it's real. Like, they're not having to fake this. You know, all of Cody's examples were these earned huge things, these memorable checkpoints, you know, all of them. The story is significant and meaningful to everything that has made Cody Rhodes the main event, you know, and like, because the Cody Rhodes one is 50 times more real than the John Cena one ever was. It's got this actual gravitas. And Seth Rollins, meanwhile, lives with being the guy that is told by people that are actually the guy that you're not the guy. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and now Cody Rhodes, who never even said that, but Seth Rollins lives with this paranoia every waking moment that he uses this watch as that thing. And what's a really nice detail about this, in terms of like, I don't think this was an accident now, but Seth and Becky and Cody's podcast, which is a good watch.
I really want to enjoy
no pun
watching that.
intended. They mention this watch thing, and Becky just notes, yes, Seth never actually worn that. And Cody goes, that's interesting. And they've probably just dropped that in knowing that this story was coming. And now Seth Rollins reveals why, because he sees that watch and he resents it, because he just carried the ass beat like on that night at WrestleMania, but it was for the greater good of Cody Rhodes winning. And what did he get? Now he's become the selfish heel. What did that do for me? You know, I've had to surround myself with people you call goons. Like, what did your gold watch do for me ultimately? I absolutely love this. And I love that the match, weird sentence, I love that the match is fundamentally meaningless. Because you can put Seth over.
Yes.
And he can feel vindicated and he can feel this validation, but it's a bit false. And like, there will come a day where it'll mean more and he's got to beat Cody when it really counts. And he might not be able to get it done. And he's like, I'll beat you at Crown Jewel. I was the one holding the big belt and I stopped you getting your ring and all this kind of stuff. And Cody's like, yeah, but who's the man? Once again, Seth, who's the actual man. Like, there is a really wonderful dynamic at the heart. This is so for me. And they have great matches. So they're selling a match that you've got
they
on
do
evidence.
actually have great
They've
matches.
got phenomenal chemistry together. So they're selling something that you are almost certain will deliver on the night too. This is it. This is a business for me.
This is the business for Hamflet. He's literally just sat there and fantasy booked out of desire more than one Seth Rollins match. So we're very different people. For all the reasons I said in the intro, this is catnip for Fed heads. The continuity and the idea that this is all part of some incredible long-term plan. It isn't, but half the point is to create the illusion that it is. Shout out to Scott Carlson, the author of What Culture Ups and Downs. He had a really good paragraph that he previewed on Twitter X about Seth Rollins, and he was really I'm aggregating his words. Go and read the article, whatculture.com/WWE. What a lovely guy as well.
Yeah, the best.
Top banana. That sounds like I'm trivializing it. And he's a lovely guy.
Over there.
And he made the great point of how this actually gave Seth Rollins that substance where underneath what did CM Punk call it, that hat on top of the hat on top of the hat. This is who the guy is at his core. And this did a really good job of like making it canon. Oh no, you're meant to think he's just perennially on that cusp. And he himself is plagued with a doubt about how much. And that did a lot for my personal investment in his character, because quite frankly, before last night, he'd been basically acting like he was Roman too. Not to reduce it, but to also reduce it. He's been going on like he's the absolute top guy. This was necessary for my investment in and how I received the credibility of Seth Rollins. Really good stuff. And I will say this as well. how long did this go? About 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Say 14 minutes this went on, right? Cody Rhodes did a vastly superior job of getting to the core of Seth Rollins, why they're feuding, how good he can be, than CM Punk has in about what feels like at this point now. It's coming up to 2 years. 2 full years of like what? We're in, it's pretty much October. It's, late September. Punk returns in November 2023. The stuff with Seth has been off on since night one. And Cody's just done a magnificent job. That line of, you mean the world to me, like, he did such a great, and it's hard with Seth because, he is at a point and everyone knows where he is, so it's hard to put him over like you would a Roman or whatever.
Punk's always battling with his credibility versus the program, isn't
yes,
he? If he does the honoured thing of saying,
selfish.
you're good, but I'm better, he then risks a bit of his character. It's like,
Yeah.
do I erode a bit of myself to say, all right, actually you are decent. We fought now and I get it.
Yeah.
He never does it, does he? And
never
it's like,
does it.
And it's a
He
bit
never
of a,
does it.
Cody can.
And I don't know if that's half the point of this Punk Seth thing that's ongoing, where it might mean something if he finally shakes his hand or whatever. I'm not sure about that, and I don't think it's worth the amount of time they've feuded. It's funny, I just thought Cody Rhodes in particular was magnificent here, and this is why he's the top guy and Punk isn't. IMO. But one thing on Punk, he was interviewed ahead of WrestlePalooza, and he was asked, like, do you think, I don't know if you read this, and I can't remember the outlet, I just saw an aggregation, so if I'm misquoting, I apologize in advance. Punk was asked, would you consider, like, Seth Rollins, you've made your career out of these great rivalries, Punk, would you consider Seth up there? And he was like, I don't know. I've had a lot of great rivals over the years. The Seth thing feels different. I mean, it just feels like it's never going to end. He is a rival, I'll say that. Like, even on the eve of this show that WWE ostensibly promoted as this massive deal, this long key match, he still couldn't bring himself to say, I hate his guts. It's always some variation of, he's boring, not interesting.
Because he could work it any way he wanted.
Yeah.
He could work and shoot at the same time by saying, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I need to do away with it.
It's just, I don't think it's that clever as a work. When I saw Cody do it properly, it's like, this Punk Seth thing has been an even bigger waste of time than I originally thought.
Cody and Seth's got better DNA to it than
Yeah.
Punk and Seth as well.
Yeah.
Like it does. Like that kind of, they cut to it once with Punk and Seth about their he asked me to train him for free and that, and you were like, there it is. There's something that like really connects them in a meaningful way rather than just their, like Seth's almost like the kind of the surrogate. Remember when he said the heel BCC were like surrogate Punk characters? Seth's kind of a surrogate elite guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like in its own sort of like, you don't belong here, you don't respect any of this that, I've built and all that.
Really,
like
we need stability here. We're a terrible wrestling character.
Like it's the reality, this fictional thing with Cody and Seth.
I need to be a stable top guy for the benefit of the shareholders.
And then Cody's like, well, you could just be one like me.
Yeah.
It's like cream rises to the top.
Genuinely the most I've enjoyed Seth in ages.
I can't wait for this match. I think it'll feel really big and like cool if Seth wins and just that. Like,
Ricky Saints costing Cody Rhodes.
If you want me, I know you're desperate for it.
God.
Cody.
This is the new Roxanne Perez.
But as well, this is Cody, man. I'll fight for the title as much as bloody Cody does himself. Starting working a head injury storyline ahead of working Seth for when Seth is like given the decision of whether to pull the trigger with a stomp. He's like, I'm going to stomp your broken brain in to win this like big fake belt in your stupid ring to make my point. Like, they probably will. They should run. Try this one on. Contract gets signed, and Cody says, if the Vision interfere, you have to surrender the World Heavyweight title.
Okay.
Like it?
Yeah.
You like it on,
Heard it here first.
What was next on Raw?
The Usos met backstage. Jay's obviously got...
I thought they met on Saturday.
He's got stitches on his forehead. Hang on. Jimmy
So
says...
Jey Uso think to ever Jey Uso that. What a dumb... What a terrible, like, definitionally terrible, objectively terrible professional wrestler.
Abysmal. It's one of the worst matches of the year for so many reasons.
Well, Jimmy Uso says, what happened at WrestlePalooza was trash.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
How did they get this bad?
I don't know.
Remember, it's so wild because I remember for literal years going back to, I mean, the Usos, they were like face painted, prelim, babyface act. Competent, not tremendously exciting, not positioned as a big deal, and they would tell you they were, and then the Harper and Rowan match at Battleground 2014 happens, and it's one of the best WWE matches of the year.
Shield Ski the year before that.
Yeah.
When they were still playing hard in the paint, and that the pre-show tag match, it was like they're kind of like the internet faves of the day, the Usos. They keep having these hidden gem matches, Then
you have the New Day matches, which are widely celebrated and deservedly so, and not one of them am I thinking, you're absolutely atrocious. You are, in fact, at this point, it's bordering on a disgrace that you are in there doing this rubbish. When did they get so bad? It's the mark of a terrible wrestler, because the mark of a great wrestler is when you get the push and you meet it and smash it. The Usos have never been promoted with such conviction as stars, and they've never been worse in the ring. It boggles my mind. They get worse every time, and guess what? A year ago they were and now they're getting pushed more, and they get worse every week. I mean, Jey Uso at this point, he's a clown. He is a clown. He gives somebody else a chair shot and gives himself a head injury. Yeah. Like Mr. Bean couldn't do that.
He's a Mr. Bean looking at.
He is a clown.
4 letters, 1 word. Bean.
He does the kind of stuff by accident.
Yeah.
On accident, for our American listeners, right? That every year we take James to the panto, and he loves it. Like total slapstick, howling with laughter. Jey Uso does stuff through his own reckless incompetence, right? That pantomime actors at the theater do for a silly little slapstick joke for the explicit purpose of making young children laugh. He is a clown of a professional wrestler.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers, and he's useless. It's amazing.
His is the thing at the end, then now forever. It's the yeet from WrestleMania.
Yeah. Saturday was a disaster. You've put together a team that, in your company's law, and to Sidge's point, with some evidence, one of your all-timers, and you're using them to put over this team that you are looking to establish probably as either your next champions or your top heel act, with at least one of them going on to be a top singles act. And it looks like they needed out. It's like watching the friggin' DX Brothers Destruction match or something. That's the outcome of this thing that you've set up on paper to be perfect. It's this not my take, but it was somebody else's, as if to pile on the Usos, and you can't do anything. In the match that everybody ripped the piss out of because they were sticking stickers on the ring post about anti-radiation, the first thing the Usos do is come out and say, "Get your phones out." Brilliant. They just, in every single respect, it's this is a circus. The two clowns.
They
look alike.
But Jimmy says they know they can...
Doinks! They should do that. That should be the new entrance. Never mind you.
The insane clown Usi. Usi.
I can tell you've been to Fago.
They know they can beat the two Bronnies, but Jimmy went to see Postman Pierce to get a rematch, and he's found out Jay's got his own match against LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a smart idea. All right.
They just got back together. And now they're doing weekly conflict.
Jimmy says Jay needs to squash this beef with LA Knight.
He needs to learn how to work.
He squashed it in the match. Pushed him out the way of a Bron Breaker spear, and he didn't hit him with a chair. That was the point. If they forgot their own stories.
Jay says they would have won if LA Knight wasn't the special guest
Stop
referee.
getting fed wrong.
Fed.
And maybe the Vision would have taken care of LA Knight if you hadn't tagged with him. And Jimmy's like, "You blaming me for our loss?" And Jay calms himself down and realizes what he said and says, "No, I'm going to kick LA Knight's ass."
You know the new thing now where any particularly weird or rubbish event in WWE, for right now at least, you can throw it in a big pile called potential unreal story. Because we didn't want to put Brock over John, but I mean that beast gets in a bad mood, you just got to give him what he wants. You can almost hear that Triple H talking head, right? Because on this season there was that thing
what if he pretends it's a shoot?
We're going to give Jey Uso the title, but he's got to stop being a lazy ass loser punk. It's all right, mate. Is this one is the fucking dip hit himself with a chair. like another Jey Uso episode where they just like we can't put everybody over as perfect. Who can we bury? You again.
Somebody just driving to the arena. Name Jey Uso. I suppose you don't recognise me. Oh no, I do. You're rubbish. Mark Henry's behind me. You'll verify that.
He said a generational Turgarino.
I didn't get this. The whole point of that disaster was like Jey Uso keeps doing right by LA Knight.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I've had enough of this, so we're fighting.
He's forgotten. He got it in the head. Like.
What's making it canon?
He's forgotten already.
That's why Jimmy's like, you're mates now.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think generally...
Not to one day win the World Heavyweight title. You did, Jay. You were... You what? What are you talking about?
That'd be such
He just starts going backwards.
Imagine an amnesia storyline with Jey Uso. And he has to like,
I've got an idea. Why don't we play hard in the paint?
like Roman just like comes out and he's like, Jey, like, yeet. And he's just like, no, yeet. Oh, God, now we've got to get Jey to say yeet again. How Jey got his yeet back. And I like,
yes.
Yeah. You get it.
I think generally it's a terrible idea to split fans between LA Knight and Jey Uso when, quite frankly, to a degree, it's a miracle that they're both as over as they are in the first place.
He ain't lying. I love them both, but he ain't lying.
Our first match of the night was a load of fun. It was a no DQ 6-man tag. The New Day and Big G, of course.
He's a dog again. That's a dog alarm if you can hear it.
Versus the War Raiders and Penta. It was
I got that installed.
almost a Viking rules match, but no boat and no falls count anywhere. But
One table and 2 kendo stick shots.
yeah.
Is that what we're going to call every WWE plunder match now? Or the candlesticks? That must be Viking
If
rules.
it had the Raiders in it and it had a few weapons, I'm like, memories of a boat. And they all put the heels all had hats on, and then I think during a break or going into a break at least, Penta and the War Raiders put the big hats on and did the thing.
I can't wait for like Jake Hager to come out and do another shoot and be like, see, Tony, could have made millions. Could have sold hats.
That didn't even make Sting masks, you idiot. And you think they're going to make you a hat? Come on.
Come on, Jake.
Waller comes in with a kendo stick shot early.
He wouldn't make a hat because of woke.
But Penta hits a flip dive to take us to a break. When we come back, Penta backdrops Waller over the top, hits a runner on Kofi, gets tripped by Woods on the apron. Xavier puts Penta on the table, and Kofi goes up there, and it's a leg drop through the table. That was the alarm because we missed the entire thing because Xavier Woods walked into the camera. And we were like, oh, Xavier Woods, and someone's gone through a table. So they immediately cut to a replay. Eric headbutted Grayson Waller and powerbombed both Xavier and Kofi out of the corner. That was nice. Ivar goes for a moonsault but misses. There's a senton to Ivar on the apron. Waller tried to go for a Rana to the floor, but Ivar blocks and sit-out powerbombs him on the apron. That was nice. There was a spine buster to Xavier on the apron by Eric. Kofi came in with a crossbody, though. Penta suplexed Kofi through a table in the corner. Waller nailed Penta with a kendo stick and went up top with him, but Penta blocked the Spanish Fly and hit an awesome avalanche Mexican destroyer to get the win.
These things are a dime a dozen, so I'll enjoy them based on people I do and don't care about. And in terms of the people I don't care about, there was 5 of them.
Are you blind? Jesus!
But Penta wins the program, sort of. Like, he was comfortably the most spectacular, and there's a lot of it was around him getting all the shine. Like, the Viking Raiders wouldn't know shine if they walked straight face first into the sun, would they? They just cannot get any. They're so like lifeless as baby faces, and they were never booked that interestingly as heels.
Eric gets the odd reaction when he does his scream in someone's face.
Yeah, were you out of your mind? I think he shouted at one point.
The kind of unexpected Ivar solo run would be the bit for me where I was like, maybe? And then, but Penta does, and knows how to use it, and knows how to kind of like get them reactions, and he's still considered a star. And like, a sort of old school me admires that they saved something as daft as their Avalanche Destroyer for like the kind of grand payoff to the Penta breaks all the next thing. They didn't just like wheel it out in like Penta's second week to be like, it's really good, we promise. Yeah. Penta's here, and he kicks ass sometimes. Like, they actually, like, they put that one on ice and tried to have it Like what they're trying to do is elevate this quite boring program in the memories of people, saying, "Yeah, but you remember when it ended when he nearly broke Grayson Waller's neck off that?"
Class one.
Dog boy.
Tactical stuff. It was quite impressive.
I've loved it. I think it's been a great feud. This now.
It built nicely. You know, the weapon stuff is like it's all time, isn't it? All the friggin' time.
All the friggin' time. Look, I thought the Avalanche Destroyer was sick.
Yeah.
Loved it. Just like I get a little buzz when I see a Destroyer.
I love Grayson Waller's cell.
I love that move. I'm sorry. I unashamedly love that move 99 times out of 100. And it was higher up. That was a fun match.
We're going to do neck stuff with Grace, Big G.
Yeah.
Going forward.
All of them in neck braces. Big E pissing himself laughing at him. She's on the other foot now. He broke my heart, but
She's on the other neck now.
she's on. Yep, that's what everybody's always
People
said
say,
about it.
everyone says it. Right, let's go to the clubhouse. We'd seen earlier on in the night, by the way, there was a bit, certainly when LA Knight was arriving, where Dom was just getting shoved around by Rusev. Give me a title shot. Dom's like, in this Rusev situation, get a bit out of control. He's like, ooh, what happened to Mr. I can handle everything by myself?
His best Irish.
We all say things we regret, says Dom. But Judgment Day needs to stick together, and Rusev's coming for this IC title. He's like, why don't you speak to your bloody old grande Americano instead, huh? He's like, he's in Mexico. Finn says, well, I'm too busy anyway tonight. Anything else on this show?
Yeah.
Playing on your Switch.
Yeah, he came out later. Dom's like, JD? And JD's like, yeah, no, I'm busy as well. And Roxanne's like, come on, JD. And JD's like, go on then. But not for Dom, for the Judgment Day. And Dom's like, glad you said that. You're in a match with Rusev. Cheers. That was funny.
Funny payoff to that, yeah.
But I know Sige really wants to get to what came next because Bayley runs into Lyra Valkyria backstage, and Lyra's like, "No, I'm sorry, really sorry, but sorry about last week, about barging into your locker room." Bayley's like, "Hey, whoa, how great was last week, eh? Big victory over Roxanne Perez. Good to see you." And she's like, "You want to be in my corner tonight?" And Lyra's like, "What?" She's really confused.
What?
You joking? You were screaming at me, calling me names. Bayley's like, "We talking about you? We don't like it."
No.
You're going to be in my corner tonight, basically. And Lyra's like, all right. See you out there.
Don't mean, do we cover this after the match?
Yeah, let's go to the match.
So good. Do you want to skip to the match?
So good. Yeah, go on, skip to the match so we can just cover it in one.
Yeah, because basically the match is really well wrestled, and who cares?
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what they've done. They haven't done anything. Like some of Roxanne Perez's stuff.
She is working hard for nothing right now.
She looked real good in there, and I'm not even the high person in this room on her, but some of it looked like so strategic, like genuinely the character they try and put across, the prodigy, wise beyond her years. Look at these counters she's capable of. Look at how she can maneuver her opponent into these vulnerable positions with that excellent professional wrestling. Oh yeah, Bayley's a schizo. Yes. And I'm not using that word because I would agree with using it. That's what they probably explicitly said when they were on the drawing board for this character.
You know, when TV shows have characters that go through things in their life and then they explain after the fact that like the actors went and met with people that have experienced it, or the writer said, look, we've done all this research.
Try doing sympathetically.
Yeah, have a read into it, understand, because it gets you in the mindset of it and sort of like, and then like whiteboard. Schizo, shrug. Blackouts, don't know. Yeah. Mess their head right. That's what happens to them, doesn't it? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Anyway, that's lunch. Like, it's just like...
This is bad.
6 or 7, I throw it at the wall, horribly performed. Like, Bayley...
The fans are getting into it.
Yeah,
which is another layer of bad here.
But the thing is, the fans are getting into it. Bayley will be fine because she survived worse on the main roster.
This is your thing.
Terrible life. We were trying to suggest at one point that you're in a sexual relationship with the teacher and your dad. Like, all in one segment. Top babyface for a while.
Yeah. Scared of kendo sticks.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, she was a WWE super fan who didn't want to use violence.
That's right.
Whenever I bring this up in an article, it's good for the word count. Because it's like, you were a WWE super fan. That was your persona, right? You know, kendo sticks, I'm not sure about that. Or did you miss Hell in a Cell, Street Fight, Punjabi Prison, Parking Lot Brawl? Like, and just list all the gimmick matches where you are
That one.
wired. You are encouraged and, in fact, to win required to use weapons. Ooh, and that's lunch.
Let's just... Right. in one pool, there's Lyra Valkyria. And in the other, there's everybody else in the world. Everybody else in the world. And 3 weeks ago, Bayley was going crazy. And Lyra Valkyria was like, we really need to do something about Bayley. She's not well. Everybody else in the world was like, shut up, Lyra Valkyria, you stupid idiot. Right? 3 weeks pass. Both sides are swapped. Everyone else in the world was like, well, Bayley's totally f***ed up. And Lyra's like, what's going on with Bayley?
She looks like, that me emoji.
I
that's
was
like,
confused because I thought
shut up, man.
I thought she was angry at her last week.
Oh. She said, I don't get it. And she flies away.
Right, so I'm like, good point. Go off, Crooksy.
So dumb.
It is
Oh, God.
like it's the hands in the head, and then the personality shift and all the rest of it. What pisses me off so much about this, right, is like, not my what?
Just we all really quite like it actually now.
It's like trying to shake away the problems physically. I'm fine again. I am made a bloody mess up there.
It's like GCSE drama, innit? Signifies this character is going through.
Like a profound mental disturbance.
Shake your head.
Are you doing,
Millions of pounds in therapy. Just shake your
are
head.
you
a bit.
doing the match or?
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, I
It
don't
was
care.
good. It was good.
It was
though.
good, yeah, it was
Roxanne
fine.
Perez is good.
Roxanne Perez is tied for the most matches in WWE in 2025. They said on commentary.
Yeah, she's really good.
Understandable
Really good.
when you mention all that, yeah. Bayley's in control early, goes to the middle rope, but obviously Raquel Rodriguez is there and distracts her. Perez kicks the leg out of her leg and takes control into a break. Raquel also gets involved with a cheap shot. Bayley fights back though. Perez cuts her off, goes for a suicide dive, but Bayley hits her with a forearm. There's a pop rocks from Roxanne Perez outside the ring, and Bayley just beats the 10 count back inside.
Beaks it.
Well, Lyra's
Beaks
a
the
bird.
count.
Lyra's a bird, so
She's a
that's
bird.
why that works.
Thank you. Raquel again gets involved, booting Bayley as Roxanne takes the referee. So Valkyria attacks Raquel, sends her into the ring post. Perez takes her out with a nice suicide dive. And my notes now read, Bayley goes into a deep trance. Pulls Perez back into the ring. She's hearing voices, I think. She's like, oh, I'm bloody angry, me. Hits the Bayley to belly. You think, well, that's over.
She looks like the Hacienda logo, with the shaking Manchester head.
Yeah.
Volume too loud. She's got a bloody Smith's over here. Happy Mondays over here. Happy Mondays, more like angry Mondays sometimes, half of the time.
Running knee strike, Rose Plant, 1, 2, 3. Chucks Roxanne out the ring post-match.
Heaven knows I'm miserable now. I'm moving on up into the
But Lyra Valkyria, is ecstatic that Bayley's won. It's hug TikTok, it's hug time. Jumps in, but this is a different Bayley, obviously, as we can see. She shoves Valkyria
We can see.
down.
Weirdly.
And she's like, well, get away from me. He calls her an idiot and storms off. I was like, what's wrong, Bayley?
You dickhead. I'll tell you what now, this absolutely stinks. It's kind of an impossible role to perform. Bayley's awful at it. Oh, no. I don't know.
Bayley corner. Oh, no.
She's doing a split personality gimmick. There's no way, in the context of WWE, God bless her, that she could possibly execute this. But because it's kind of wacky, by which I mean, really an insensitive portrayal of this sort of thing, and because it's not wrestling, and because it's heightened, and because, she's animated, I think Bayley's, I don't know if she's meant to be the heel or not. She's going to be the babyface regardless.
Well, you see, you don't get this. She's kind of both.
I know, dickhead. But it's not going to do anything for Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
She's just like the boring one who's getting in the way of, the fun. Or she's just the victim of the fun or whatever. And I tell you what as well, what also absolutely reeks about this, one of my least favorite things is dumb characters in movies, right? Dumb characters in movies who are in a situation and I'm just like, you're in a horror. I know you can't comprehend this because they're not real, but you're in a horror and just work it out. Realize the gravity of the situation you're in and accept it. It always does my head in when a character in a TV or a film It doesn't have to be a horror movie necessarily. It could be a mundane situation where they're like, oh, what could be going on? I've seen this script before. I've seen this genre. This is what's going on. Fucking get on with it. Work it out. I hate it. The entire WWE is that character in this. It's like it's how does no one know what's going on here?
Yeah.
How does nobody know what's really happening? You're all stupid.
It's my pet hate because it does something like my body gets like angry and achy for it in a TV show, like the will they won't they couple. Like, I don't like you. So the person storms out. No, wait, I love you. But they're gone now. We're just gonna catch them up.
Yeah,
like they've walked like 7 feet in front of you. If only I could possibly correct the situation and this misunderstanding would be immediately dealt with. But then how would we get 24 more episodes? Like, it's this.
One of those crazy Bayley's going to get it together.
Yeah, I miss the days when her internal monologues could be heard externally.
Yeah, no.
I do like the I'm a role model shirt in the style of the Hugger one. It's both personalities in one shirt. That's not bad bit of merch.
It's weak sauce, this. It is weak sauce.
Lyra's like, Becky Lynch must be looking at, well, that was a big old waste of my time, then, wasn't it?
Because Lyra's great.
Well, yeah, this is like on WWE doesn't like knock
You know
out.
what she needs? Some Bayley stompers. That's what she needs.
A bit, yeah.
She had a Bayley stompers. It's worth all
You
the time.
suck, man.
Would she only stomp out the bad side of it?
Yeah.
Leave the good
Just
bit.
the, yeah.
Yeah.
Got special souls for just the bad side.
Yeah. Oh no, but she wears like one boot for the good and one boot for the bad, so she keeps stomping her. Oh, I'm fine. Stomps her again. Oh, I'm good.
I don't know what the end game for this is, but I'm going to enjoy the journey. Funny.
What if they do?
Terrible, but funny.
Remember Lyra and Tatum Paxley, where Lyra was like the only way to beat her was to like meet her crazy. So maybe Lyra starts doing it. It's like 1 minute I'm normal and fine, the next minute I'm an angry bird, and like she says, now I'm on your level, Bayley. There's two of us.
Please.
That's how she kind of got into Tatum Paxley's
Paul
mindset,
Levesque
wasn't it?
deserves this, bro. He deserves this.
Michael Hamflet, what's an upcoming PLE following Crown Jewel for WWE?
Survivor Series War Games.
And what's like generally the rules of War Games?
Submit or surrender.
4-on-4 in a cage.
Teams, yeah. So what if Bayley's on both teams?
Yes. Like, how could they possibly manufacture
That's
that?
how they get around the whole... Babyface has got the advantage, actually. Well, have they? Because suddenly Bayley switched sides.
But she just walks into the cage. She doesn't walk in the ring. She just like walks into the
There
other
are
cage.
certain times when I genuinely ponder, have I been in this room too long? And this is one of them because that's good. It's a good. I know in my bones it isn't. It's stupid.
So what's happening there, Sid, is the two sides of you kind of, and you're going like, oh, is it terrible or is it good? Oh.
In amongst all this, by the way, there was a Stephanie Vaquer promo. Obviously, new champion. Congrats to her. Postman Pierce gets her out there. She gets a lovely reaction. Talks about it being a dream come true. It seemed impossible. She worked hard for it, accomplished it. She put over Io Sky, said her dad was an inspiration, pointed him out in the crowd. It was lovely. This championship represents the motivation and the support the fans give her. She thanked them for celebrating with her at WrestlePalooza. Her fire is going to keep making history. Nobody could stop her, and Pierce puts over the fact that there's this triple threat on SmackDown. Winner faces Vaquer at Crown Jewel, and Vaquer looks forward to being there and poses with the belt as the pyro goes. Just nice, this.
It was nice, and I think it's worth putting over because it's still... WWE now can do this from the era when there would never be
It is weird. I was like, what's going to go bad here?
There is more of this now, but specifically because of what we know, like Stephanie Vaquer, amongst like not being very well, apparently, was taking time to like learn English because she just elected to think, you know what, I need this in my toolkit to be it. And I think you need it less than ever. Like you look at sort of how like Asuka and Io have made the most of actually speaking in Japanese to get some of their attention over.
Yeah, she did it a bit in this promo as well, didn't she? Yeah.
But just wanting to have it and then being like, right, I'm going to be tested with it now. They're going to send me out in the ring to do the new champion celebration promo. It impresses me when people can speak pretty fluently in like a second language and in a high pressure spot. Like that's like, it's sort of good babyface stuff because you know the real person. You think, well, that's its own little. Yeah, the work of the struggle of winning the title. The real struggle is like having to learn to speak a different language and then go on television and do it fluently and get a message across and sell a fight or whatever. She's the right person to be the world champion.
Yeah, heartfelt, rare, earnest, not a backdrop for some interruption or other. Genuinely nice, deserved. Like, there's a lot of words that I've said that are nice, and I mean them wholeheartedly.
Following this, she goes backstage. There's Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella to celebrate with her. Rhea's like, I'm still coming for that title. No epic bacon face yet, though, unfortunately. Asuka comes in, though, and I was like, oh, here she has been waiting for this. She's like, well, I think Io should be the champion.
Picked a crap day for this because the women of the bulk of the women in this ongoing top women's division rivalry were given some like sort of weighty material, and they all sucked at it. There wasn't an epic bacon face today, but we'll come back next week.
She says that Vaquer doesn't deserve the title. Nikki's like, yes, she does. She's going to be an amazing champion. That's nice of her to defend Stephanie. Now she knows what her surname is. Vaquer tells
I did not
Asuka.
buy this for the purposes of a bit.
It's a birthday present from Andy Murray.
It was indeed.
Great.
I love it though. It's nice. I like the font as well.
It looks good, yeah.
He's never stopped saying this. And he's only recently brought it back to podcast, but Sidge has been saying epic bacon since the day I met him.
For the win.
For a hell of a writer, he always spells the T-E-H.
I do.
That's just his thing.
That's what I do. Out of respect for Rio, Rhea says, I've tried my best to stay out of the way. But I'm getting bloody sick and tired of your attitude, Asuka. And Asuka's like, I'm sick and tired of you, actually. For some reason, that's such a basic insult, but when Asuka says it, you're like, oh, good stuff. You better stay away, or you'll realise that you're not ready for Asuka. And Rhea's like, I am. Let's have a bare knuckle fight then. And Asuka accepts. And Carrie apologises for Asuka's behaviour before being yelled at by Asuka and leaving.
When they mentioned about
What
this
was
match,
the main event going to be?
Yeah. When they mentioned about this match, where Asuka's never been able to beat Rhea.
Jey Uso versus LA Knight.
Yeah, no wonder they booked this. Send him home happy with something.
Thank you, Asuka.
Yeah, they said Asuka's never beat Rhea Ripley.
So we promised you a main event. So here's a better one.
Not quite sure about your new ident, lads. Yeah, so we promised you. Yeah. Asuka's never beat Rhea, and the fact that Rhea's never beat Io is quite a nice thread between the two.
First match was since December 2022.
Aye. They had a extremely underwhelming WrestleMania match. Asuka and Rhea Ripley for the... Oh, yeah. They basically had Bianca Belair win the Rumble and set up a really cool match with Sasha Banks that they almost killed with a terrible story. And then the match on the night
Can
was
they
amazing.
coexist?
Yeah.
37?
Yeah. And then Rhea, having been the runner-up in this fantastic Royal Rumble, and it was like, here's your 1 and 2 top stars right now. Just like 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, it was like, me and you and Asuka. And she was like, all right. Like, now matters. And as a result, it kind of died on its ass.
Yeah. Real struggle.
On night 2, I think. It wasn't memorable, and it was seen as a big disappointment.
It was the dreaded, merely good, long match.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. There's loads of things worse.
Then we got the Bayley Roxanne Perez thing with Lyra. And then Cody Rhodes runs into Jim Uso backstage. Nice moment between the two of them. Cody asks Jimmy, how you doing, mate? And he says, I'm feeling good despite the loss at WrestlePalooza. Cody's like, what's going on with Jay? And Jimmy says he's in his own head. He's not even listening to his own brother. Maybe he'll listen to you, though. Cody says he'll talk to him. Go to a break, come back, and Cody walks up to Jay. And he's concerned. He asks Jay if you're good. Jay says, you don't need to worry about anything. I'm good. And it's like, if you're not good, I've been there. There's ups and downs. With all these things that happen, people isolate themselves and lash out. I failed on the biggest stage of them all before. But he reminds Jay he's got family, friends, and fans. Tells him we believe in you, and Jay tells him not to worry. I'm going to find my way back to the top, Cody. Rhodey?
It's
Rhodey Codes.
It's like
Hello there, Rhodey Codes.
I got all the codes.
Cody leaves, and Jay just looks.
I loved both of these. Again, it's another bit of they've actually got a bit of lore that they can mine from several decent years of TV. And I loved the contrast of Jimmy being completely honest with Cody and saying, like, things are a bit effed up, actually. We suck now, and Jay's not well. And then Jay lying to himself and being in complete denial and lying to Cody. And Cody could tell, because he's the all-knowing top babyface, doing what all-knowing top babyfaces should do, trying to help. And Jay went, yeah, I'm good. And basically rebuffing the help that Jimmy's tried to set up for him. And then obviously eyeballing. It's a divide. like a tale as old as time that people on camera eye up a belt, and then you think you should go back and be like, last week, don't do that again. I did watch.
Yeah.
Don't eye up my belt, mate. But you get why. You get why that's happening.
Jey Uso poorly acting ahead of what inevitably will be a terrible match. Couldn't care less.
Rusev.
It might be funny. So.
Rusev versus JD McDonough with the Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio at ringside. Rusev dominates early on until McDonough kicks the steel steps into his legs, and McDonough hits an Asai moonsault to take us to a break. When we come back, he hits Rusev with multiple clotheslines but can't knock him down. And Rusev just nails him with a body slam and a match kick, puts him in the accolade. Dom jumps up to the apron, considers getting involved, but no. McDonough taps out. But then Rusev holds on, and Dom still doesn't jump in. Finn has to get in there and hit a DDT on Rusev. And Judgment Day Balor's like, Dom, what are you doing, mate?
I liked it. I have been extremely critical of this Rusev run. I didn't think he was worth the effort as a wrestler to re-sign and push. That sounds too brutal than what I mean, but I just think there are so many wrestlers, too many wrestlers. And like the fans, I felt were agreeing with me in the fact that they weren't receptive to this. It was like a diluted version of the Redeemer. That was what the Rusev character was. And we all love the Redeemer, but they weren't going in full bore with it.
No.
And the matches were...
It wasn't a good fit either for the Fed.
He kind of just went out there and kicked some ass on a guy that people like seeing getting his ass kicked. And
There was one kick to the back here that was like, oh yeah.
pretty good.
A bit of blood went in it.
Lord Zam, give him credit. There's been a few times where like JD McDonough takes a good ass kicking as well. Stooges and all that the ball now was like, but he does take a beating well. I thought this was really effective. The audience got into it in a way that I've never seen them connect with Rusev outside of like, I mean, you probably had to be there, but the old-fashioned Donnybrook where they were sort of connecting with everything. And
Très bien.
I think I'd belt him up.
Yeah.
I think putting the Mega Championship on Dominic almost makes it worth a gamble.
Well, that's a mega championship. This is just an Intercontinental.
I think you belt Rusev. Something connected here in a different way that I've not seen yet. And it was like, it made me feel like there's momentum that you could potentially go with if you just, and it'll feel out of nowhere, which is weird because it's Rusev beating Dominic Mysterio, but it might be like, is something happening here? Let's put the title on him and see.
You could Gunther him because Gunther was still getting watered when he was Intercontinental Champion for a while, and then the matches came and it all came together for him. So why not? I mean, Dom's taking it as far as he can, I think, the belt.
They just really simplified the Rusev presentation this week. And kind of last week,
I was bored during the body of the match.
Well, yeah.
Apart from the kick.
More of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the crowd liked it. Maybe it was just like, I'm so used to these Rusev Raw matches just being greeted with silence, and there was actual response to this one.
The Indianapolis?
Is that where this was?
So,
yeah, from WrestlePleasure.
She's in a good mood. Colts 3-0. So
Small house. I had a look.
How many?
Like 6,500.
Ooh, for Raw.
It was like a 6,500 size building, but like, come on, let's have some ambition.
For a Raw.
Yeah.
Ooh, with a low numbers Netflix era.
Go to bigger places and see if you can.
Oh, God, I think the Fed's coming in.
Fed is coming.
Io Sky walks up to Asuka backstage and says, "You don't have to do this tonight." And Asuka's like, "I don't need advice from someone who lost, thanks." Which is a really good line as well. I'm going to teach Rhea a lesson in respect. And Io tells Kairi to make Asuka change her mind. And Kairi just goes, "Asuka is kind of the reason we're here in WWE. We do need to listen to her." Asuka's walked off at this point, and Asuka yells Kairi so loud that she sells it like a chair shot.
The acting is, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Nobody else is brave enough to say this. Right, okay. Don't hurt me. Oh. Sacrilege Corner. The acting from everyone involved in this storyline, the show-long storyline, was absolutely a pony.
Not Asuka. Asuka was spot on.
Oh, Asuka's good. Io, Rhea.
Because it's quite good material, isn't it? And I think when you're seeing it performed not that well,
it's
like,
all right.
The story, I think, is pretty impressive.
It's not bad. It's not a bad story. Io and Kairi and Rhea, I'm talking cancelled soap opera level acting, if that. No, it was Turcarino, dude.
EastEnders. Anything?
Anything is something. We've established this.
Right, yeah. So we've got Coronation Yeet.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
On the Brookside. That's an old one.
Okay.
Yeah. No. can't think of any other soaps.
Hardcore Hollyoaks.
Nice.
That's good
Yes,
stuff. That is good stuff. That
I
is
like
good
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
The Young and the Rest holds.
That's very good. Good.
Thank you.
This has been an effective bit. Bit completed.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied now. But
Emmerdale Torborg, the Kiss Demon.
Yes, excellent. That is quite excellent. I'm preoccupied now. I'm going to Google it.
Jackie Redmond's doing an interview with LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
She got a great question. Do you think your unique refereeing style played a role in the lingering tension you've got with Jey Uso? And LA says, too wordy, toots. Oh, let me talk to you. He says, Jay got all hot at WrestlePalooza. But maybe you should be worried about his health. The only reason they played out the way they did is because I was looking out for him. I don't want to hurt Jey Uso, but I've got no problem doing it if I get provoked. I'll give him some more head trauma with a little BFT with everybody saying, LA Knight.
Yes. Days of our feared for my lives.
Great.
Oh, because of Tony Khan.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
General local medical facility. Yeah, instead of general hospital.
Neighbours for Hangman Page because he rides a horse.
Yeah.
Anything?
Something. Anything something.
One for our Australian friends, Shortland Yeet.
What the hell's that?
Shortland Street. There's a big soap over there.
Never heard of that. Can't be that big.
Maybe it was New Zealand. Oh, sorry, guys.
Roman Away.
Oh, yes! I was trying to think of the home and away one. That's
good.
really good.
That is good. It's all good stuff.
It continues to be effective.
It's still effective.
It's still in play.
I just like the way that, it's a good question. Jackie Redmond's she barely has to do anything. So she's thought about this question. Yeah, too wordy, toots. Oh, let me talk to you.
Shut up.
And then we got the match, Jey Uso versus LA Knight.
Yes.
And Knight does his entrance. Jey does his entrance, and then Knight does his. But as he's getting down, Jay's like, I'm not waiting any longer. Twatted him. He's all over him. Knight cuts him off with a neck breaker. Low bridges him to the floor, but misses a drop kick. Misses a drop kick through the ropes. Uso hits a clothesline to take us to a break. When we come back, there's a superplex to put them both down. Knight ducks a strike, hits a reverse DVD for 2. Jay fires back there with a suicide dive and a super kick for 2. DDT flying elbow drop from LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
But out comes the 2 Bronnies, so LA attacks them both before they can even get in the ring. And as he gets back in, LA Knight, he runs into a spear from Jey Uso and an Uso splash for the 1-2-3. Jay leaves, and 2 Bronnies like, well, cool, just beat up LA Knight then. Jimmy walks out and he's like, you're not going to help him? Jay's like, no. So he leaves. Jimmy grabs a chair and runs down to the ring and stops the 2 Bronnies before they can do any more damage.
I didn't actually hate the match anywhere near as much as I thought I would. But the post-match and everything else was the proper, it's the Ross. But you left. That match should have been like the 2 Bronnies got out alive. Put them against the Judgment Day and put the tag titles on them and keep them as far away from the Usos and just be like, the LA Knight stuff is a worthwhile continuation. I think it's a nice bridge to War Games, and I think they have actually done the work about this Jey Uso LA Knight thing and the babyface mix-up on Raw and all that. It's decent. The 2 Bronnies and the Vision and all that should be nowhere near this. Just take your win and move on.
Yeah,
quickly.
This match was just a plodder. A Jey Uso plodder. I mean, it's just crap, man.
Yeah, but he was
But we'll go, when you look back and think, bloody hell, 2020, yeah? What were we doing back then? About 2 years' time, people, and hopefully you'll please see your senses. I've given up on him. But you like Bret Hart. How can you this is
like
mad.
a great WrestleMania stage. I've got range. You've got to appreciate all
This is mad.
and all slots and all cards.
This Jey Uso mega push amid a boom. It is madness.
But then he's one of the guys that caused and created the boom. So you go with the boom guys,
what have you done for me lately? All right, you brained yourself at the chair.
That was pretty cool.
Hey, you all right?
Shut up, man. You've just given him 6 more months.
We go to the locker room. Rollins is just staring at that.
Triple H was booming in 2000. Would you push him in 2002, mate?
No.
Well, shut up then.
Although you think I would, because the old first night.
Yeah.
Game's back. This, as it pertains to my enormous and ridiculous size, it does not just the fact I'm wearing 18 jackets. Watch me take them off.
As it pertains to the fact that I'm now a square.
Yes.
As it pertains to the fact that, yes, I am now a square. As distracting as it is, it's actually a great body.
As it pertains to Kurt Angle, I'm a better wrestler, and I will prove that in my first segment back.
As it pertains to Kurt Angle, my cock is exponentially larger. I'm a vastly more attractive sexual object. He's not going to my wife. Is anyone going to her? It's going to be me.
I could win a gold medal in my sleep, G.O.
I just never did it.
I just didn't want to. Wasn't doing that fake. Richard Fleer wouldn't do that fake, so why should I?
Is this anything?
Can I just have something? Steve, Rock, anybody, Sean, anything? Your bag, sir?
You can put them on my traps.
Ultimate Warrior was just a body guy.
Bye, Paul.
So yeah, we're in the locker room with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
There's loads of it left.
Good bit, this.
Seth's just looking at his watch and Becky's ranting, calling Cody a phony. He's trying to curry favour with everybody, including her husband. She pokes fun at the Usos. She's not happy about Cody calling her lovely earlier on. Call me a lot of things. Dangerous, intelligent, greatest female wrestler of all time. Not just me saying it, other people say it as well. I love that bit. I don't know why it makes me laugh every time.
Such a great bit.
Bleacher Report, ESPN, they say it as well. Calls the WWE Universe thieves and says she's going to go out and make an example of Cody, I think.
Did she forget?
I think it's just...
The last time Seth Rollins was so pissed off with the time, he was working at Turk Arena with Dolph Ziggler in 2018. So
turn the clock on. Fans desperate to know how long was left so they can get out of it.
Yeah,
beat the traffic.
Beat the traffic.
Beat the traffic Iron Man match.
I like ranting Becky.
Yeah.
EO...
Dolph's doing his great selling and they're chanting for a clock.
They really thought they were going to have that big sort of epic match bacon.
There was never one in them.
EO tells Rhea, you need to call this match off with Asuka. And Rhea's like, no, I'm sick of her being bloody disrespectful. This match has to happen. Maybe we could beat the respect into each other, just like we did, EO.
Like we did.
She tells EO to be careful around Asuka. And EO says, no, Asuka's family. And Rhea says, sometimes family members you can't trust. I know all about that. EO trusts Asuka, but can she trust Rhea? She walks off.
I miss the good old days.
Oh, Fed was...
Miss the Judgment Day being the proper Judgment Day. I miss everything, all of it. This week was an all right week for, like, the Asuka. Why are you allowed to be such a... Like, Kyrie justifying it, EO doing her best to, like, stick with it as long as humanly possible till a bit around it. Like, you felt the turn coming on this Raw because of, like, they've completed the rebuilding of the Asuka character that has been really effective.
She let her stay as rent-free. We kind of got to let her be a bit, watch telly late at night or whatever.
That sort of stuff, yeah. Turn it down a bit, but you can still watch it. It's got swearing in, but, like...
Yeah, don't watch it on my profile to mess up my algorithm.
Exactly. Yeah, that was kind of what they were saying without words, in a way.
Once again, congratulations to Stephanie McMahon heading into the 2026 Hall of Fame. More than deserved, obviously. We get a recap of Taker's brilliant induction.
Have you seen the Shetsage?
No, I need to see it.
It is honestly like he goes out there and he's so knackered walking that bike to the ring that he forgets what he's out there to do. We should go back a bit, don't we, Steph?
Please talk for a while so I can catch my breath.
Line. Nick Khan's there. She's going in the Hall of Fame, Mark. Oh, yeah.
We're
doing it now. Help the damn man out. It's like pedaling this motorbike. I'm going to take that back out.
Oh, yeah, I'm not taking it back.
I'll take the elevator.
I'll run through the crowd.
It'd be funny if like Triple
See
A,
it up later. I'll watch it.
Triple A suddenly introduces like a ramp, but instead of a ramp, it's like one of those moving walkways you get at an airport. It's just like,
Travelator.
why have we got one of them? No reason. You see him like escalating back and forth. Shout out to, I think it was, it's bad when you're nicking it. It's a podcast, but I saw it on a thumbnail for you. I can't remember what it was. But like, you know, like when The Undertaker would like float out under it might have been OSW, dry ice and everything. And he floated out, somebody was saying like, was he stood on a Roomba? And it just looked like a trail of dust in the room that just walked. But then like it spots him, just has to go back and it turns him round.
Damn it, wrong way.
Got the BSK to sweep the floors like those karate films from the 80s.
Yeah. Do you know what I really like at Royal Rumble when someone makes an entrance? It's immediately cutting away, so I can't see them get on a little beep beep.
Did you ask Mark Henry about that?
I didn't actually.
That's what you should. That's the Mark Henry crack I want. What's the deal with them scooters, mate?
Yeah.
Did you feel a bit weird? Come out on the stage, do your pose, and then what? Get on that.
They are making their entrance, the traditional run to the ring. But let's quickly look over here.
Like 2017 WWE thinking, nobody's going to film this with their phones, are they?
Yeah.
They put cameras on phones now. Like it's Braun Strowman and the Monster Among Men go in the shops. I'm going to eliminate when you get these hands in a minute and a half.
We also got a video on Los Grande Americanos.
There's 3 of them.
They also used AI, despite the fact they've been together at Raw in the last few weeks. They could have just filmed them then to do the whole, look at the legacy.
Wrestling quickly. Fancied a bit of AI, didn't it?
Yeah.
Then there's Maxime Dupri asking Potion Pierce for a match. And he's like, yeah, I'll sort it out. And AJ Styles didn't he?
Yeah.
I think I've already got my bloody plate full. There's 2 Baileys now.
But AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are not happy about this whole Americanos thing.
I need my dinner now.
So I'm imagining next week.
AJ Styles has just seen the promo. He still thinks there's only one of them.
Yeah.
Styles told him to not sign any. That was good. Don't sign any more Americanos. You got it.
It's a coffee.
Main event time, though, it was, as we mentioned, Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Early on, Rhea hit a German suplex, missed a boot, though, and got knocked off the apron by Asuka to take us to a break. When we come back, Asuka's in control, going after the leg, but Rhea fires back with clotheslines, a thrust kick, a drop kick, and a Northern Lights suplex for 2. Asuka gets out the razor's edge, drop kicks her leg, and hits a sliding kick for 2. Ripley fires back with a cannonball off the apron into another break. A superplex when we return, they're both down. There's a thrust kick from Ripley, a razor's edge, and a shining wizard for 2. Asuka goes for an armbar. Rhea has to fight out of that. But Rhea then misses a charge and hits the turnbuckle. And Asuka hits a kick to the head for 2. She knocks Ripley out the ring, bounces her head off the table, and yells to Kairi Sane to get involved, basically. She climbs back in the ring and takes the referee. Kairi seems reluctant to do it. She teases it, but never does. Rhea tries another kick. Asuka gets her in a leg lock. Rhea tries getting to her feet, but gets hit with a German suplex. Asuka, though, comes off the top and gets nailed with a mid-air dropkick by Rhea.
That was good.
Crowd are loving this. They're chanting, "This is awesome" at this point. Asuka yells to Kairi, who jumps up on the apron reluctantly, goes for a back fist. Rhea blocks it. Asuka goes for a hip attack. Rhea moves. Asuka knocks Kairi off the apron, and Rhea rolls her up for the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, immediately, Asuka covers Rhea Ripley with mist. She's like blue on her face, on her arms, on her teeth and all that. And obviously Rhea's just selling that, and Asuka's yelling to Kairi to attack her, and she doesn't initially. She's hesitant. And she's like, actually, I do fancy a bit of this. Something like that. Io Sky runs down to make the save. Calms Asuka down. Asuka's sort of tearful, I think. I don't know why. I just enjoyed Asuka being like, put it back fist. Yeah. To Io Sky. The crowd boo this betrayal, obviously. And Asuka tells Kairi to get involved and beat up Io this time. Kairi again. I'm not sure. I bloody love this, actually. Some of that. Rhea gets to her feet, so Asuka hits her with a spinning heel kick. Asuka holds Sky, tells Kairi. She goes up, hits an insane elbow, and Asuka stands tall with Kairi Sane as Rhea and Io have been laid out.
Loved most of this. Would have done a couple of things differently, but the match was a story I'm invested in, and they laid it in, so I was into it.
I did like Asuka laid it in at the end.
Yeah, there was that's what gave it its identity against the 60 other TV matches that just happened. I like what's going on with these two, and they did hit quite hard, so I was invested enough. And then the big match this sets up. It's a huge match in Perth. Rhea Ripley will be, her and Io's top baby faces to beat the Kabuki Warriors. You've done the work.
Oh my god.
It's a big match for that show. That's right. We did it on the I think I booked a better turn than how this played out. I'd have had Asuka and Kairi still look like they weren't quite on the same page. Well, we kind of talked about it in WrestlePlay. We're never not thinking.
Just thought you were lying.
No, I never not think about the Fed. There's always a million things that can spring forth, even if they're not being presented to you. Gotta keep thinking. Otherwise, what's this all before?
I don't know, man.
I'd have had Kairi hesitate in the Rhea bit and then actually be the one to turn before Asuka on Io Sky. Io was selling the knees from the night before, shot block, something like that. Kairi has turned. This is rather than that, should I? Yeah, go on, then I will. Because she changed her hair to match Asuka's. So there was a bit of foreshadowing that she was going to be with her by hook or by crook. They got to the big match as well. I've really enjoyed all of this story.
Yeah.
It's been a really impressive use of Asuka, who I love but thought was done, and she feels anything but. All of a sudden, the women's division is in good health, in spite of Postman Pierce's relentless frustration that it even exists. I don't even drink. It's good. This is all genuinely very good stuff.
The plotting's good. The performances are risible. And the match, again, not much to it, but Asuka looked like it was a project. Make Asuka look like she could be invincible again. And through her sort of evil, manipulative ways and ass-kicking strikes, we're kind of getting there. So if you look at what this is meant to achieve, Rhea and Io are going to be massively over, whether I think they're cringeworthy or not personally. And Asuka now feels like a serious potential future champion again concern. All this has been a broad, huge success. I just thought the performances were terrible throughout the evening, quite frankly. Kairi, elbow drop, terrible acting.
Just turn.
Just turn.
It's a harder job to try and sell that than it's just to turn.
Yeah.
Elbow drop. Reminds me of that bit in The Simpsons where I can't remember the episode or even the context right now, but I just dimly recall there's a point where Homer's upset.
He's eating.
Oh, it's when he's eating and crying at the same time. It's because of it. It's Pinchy the lobster.
Yeah, and he's
As soon as his mate, he's like, it's like elbow drop, absolutely pathetic.
Simpsons. Kairi Sane.
Yeah, if you like. I just thought the acting is
Homer
so bad.
Simpson.
So bad. Stick to wrestling.
Let us know your thoughts on Raw in the comments or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, they can follow all three of us. You can follow Michael Hamflet at
Michael Hamflet.
Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
Follow me at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from. For daily wrestling podcasts, we'll be back later on today to preview NXT. But for now, it's been the Raw review. My thanks to Hamflet Sidgwick. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.